iconic film. It's been told in many
What,
classes.
Kangaroo Jack?
Kangaroo Jack. I was just thinking about Kangaroo Jack today.
Why?
Because I saw a
Saw the
post.
picture of
Yeah, I saw the picture of
them
them
at the
together.
Dodgers game.
Yeah. And I'm thinking about Kangaroo Jack. Usually it's in the back of my head at least a little
Today
bit.
it's in the front, though.
He's never too far.
Today it's
Yeah.
touching the frontal lobe.
He's moved his way up, Kangaroo
Okay.
Jack style.
Okay. What's new in Chrome?
What's new in Chrome, folks? Welcome to What's New in Chrome.
I had a bit lined up to start the episode.
Yeah, but you seem to have lost.
Yeah, it was
Seem-
gonna be. I'm pretty tired.
Yeah,
today.
please just explain it instead of doing it. I think it'll be the same.
It was gonna be. I'm obviously pretty tired today. Got the hood on. You copied me with that style.
I don't think
really
so. I actually
appreciate it,
invented the hood. I'm the first person to ever wear a hood.
So I didn't want to talk about anything serious. So I brought a few topics of discussion to start off the episode.
Okay.
And the first one was, what's your stance on abortion? That was going to be my bit.
Nice. That was That's
That's
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best,
Yeah.
but
But it's all right.
now it's out there.
Yeah. Now it's out. Now everybody knows.
Yeah. I had something else too. Might have just been the Scooby-Doo theme song.
Scooby. I think I could do. I always wanted to do an impression of Shaggy as a kid, but I could never do it. But I think I could do one of. I've been practicing, so I'm gonna do it for you
Practicing
now.
Shaggy.
Practicing Shaggy,
All right.
but from that specific era. I can't do 60s Shaggy. I definitely can't do current Shaggy, whatever the fuck that sounds like. But if we're talking Shaggy from Cyber Chase, Zombie Island, Alien Invaders, and Witch's Ghost. I'm feeling real anxious about it now, but I'm going to try it. I think I'd only say two things. I think I'd say, like Scoob, and that's what's up. So this is
All
my
we need
impression
is
of
like
Shaggy.
Scoob. If you can do a like Scoob, that's Shaggy.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit it right now. Let me take my mint out of my mouth. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Take my mint out of my mouth.
Just bite it.
Stop it. I don't want to bite it because then it's gone.
What do you want? What do you mean? Don't look at you. You don't
Don't
want
look
me
at
to
me. Take
look
my
at you?
mint out of my mouth. Don't look at that.
I hate.
Don't look at it. Take my mint out. Right?
Why did you do it in such a weird fashion?
Just
spit the fucking mint into your hand.
I'm not gonna spit it into my hand. That's gross.
Now you're just holding it. With
Yes,
two
I
fingers
am, and
back
I'm gonna
up.
be holding it longer until you let me do my goddamn Shaggy impression.
Like Scoob.
Like Scoob. That's what's up. No, it's bad.
Yeah.
God
Great.
damn it.
The like is okay. The Scoob is.
The Scoob is wrong.
Yeah.
Like Scoob. Better or the same?
And the same.
Like Scoob.
Yeah.
Now the
like
like's
was
bad.
worse.
Now the like's
Yeah.
bad. I'm in my head about it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I'm firing myself. You know who does a great Shaggy impression? Rob Lowe. Ask him to do it next time you see him.
I will. I'll shoot him a text later. Hey, Robert.
I've been getting
Hey,
the house
Bob.
ready for Halloween.
You having a Halloween festivity or just the outside? of
Just the outside. Well, actually, the inside's getting a little spooky too, which is
Okay.
fun.
Okay.
Hitting up the
What do
Pottery
you
Barn.
got? What do you got?
Oh man, I got these cool lights that are, skeleton hands coming out of the ground. They got lights wrapped around them. I got some classic little ghost lights, and then I've got my, hanging Harry Potter candles up in the window too.
Mm-hmm.
And, classic, you put a chair on the porch and you put a big guy in there. I got a Jack Skellington
Big
to
guy?
sit in the chair.
Really?
Yeah, it's cool.
Wow.
So things are looking up.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I haven't really done the outside. I mean, the inside of my house has been Halloween themed since end of August. But the outside of my house hasn't really got any decorations yet. I thought
You
about
have one of
getting
those
some
big
new ones.
spider webs,
I got
don't you?
No, I got a big spider. I was gonna
Oh.
get him a big web, but I just got a jumbo inflatable spider, and I think he'll stay inside this year because we are having a Halloween party. If you want to come,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Maybe I will be able to because I might be in town for one of my Shawshank performances. that's going on.
I think it's. I won't say the date on.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
air, but I'll tell you to you.
Okay, cool.
Just remind me. It's in my calendar that I don't use. Yeah. Yeah, that's about all that's going on in
Perfect.
my life. I did have something.
COVID.
Something that was trending. No.
Oh.
There was something on the internet that sparked my interest recently. I don't remember what it was.
Not Kangaroo Jack?
No, but the Kangaroo Jack, again, always up there.
Always.
Um,
Jackie Legs.
no.
His friends call him Jackie Legs. If anybody who calls him Kangaroo Jack is a narc. You get the movie's obviously called. If you're talking about the movie, Kangaroo Jack. But if you're talking about the kangaroo, if you're talking about Jack the kangaroo, his name's Jackie Legs.
Yeah, in the red hoodie.
Yeah, if you call him Kangaroo Jack,
yeah,
you're a narc. You're a cop.
That's
the number one test.
Kangaroo Jack starring Jackie Legs.
Jackie Legs. That's Jackie Legs.
And the dad from Blackish.
Yep, Anthony Anderson.
That's how I know him. Not from Kangaroo Jack or any of his other work.
Yeah, he has been in a lot of stuff. He's in the first Transformers movie. I'm almost 90% sure of that.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
almost
afraid. He's running away from Transformers.
I mean, who does it better than him?
And then running away from Transformers, I would say nobody.
He seems like
Not Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg's a fucking hardo. He goes at Transformers.
I think we just found a Transformer. I mean,
Yeah.
that's iconic.
Yeah.
That's already an iconic line from the trailer.
Is that actually? I've never seen any of the Transformers with Mark Wahlberg. I refuse to watch
Me neither,
them.
but I've seen this trailer
And he
millions
says that.
of
I
times.
think we found a Transformer.
Yeah, because the premise of the Mark Wahlberg ones is they take place like decades, I think, after
Yeah.
Shia
for
LaBeouf's
sure,
turn.
for sure. Yep.
And Mark Wahlberg owns like a junkyard type thing.
His
and
name's
somebody,
Stanley Yelnats.
Yeah.
It's
So
actually
Stan-
a sequel to Holes. He hires a bunch of kids as slaves and just makes them dig for Transformers.
Oh my God.
That's what I assume happens.
My grandpa had me out here every summer digging for
I'm
Transformers.
tired, Grandpa.
That's just the sound of Transformers.
I can't do Boston accent of that's too damn bad.
I can't even do a regular Boston accent.
Oh, fuck, dude. I just remember what I was going to say and then I forgot again. Oh, I remember what it was. You were talking about doing Shaggy, and I was going to ask if you could do Shaggy as Alfred doing
Goodwill Hunting?
Goodwill Hunting. Yeah.
No way. I mean, I can't even do Shaggy regular, as it turns out. So, like Will. Come on, folks. Where else are you gonna get that? That's true. That's the best Shaggy as Goodwill Hunting you're gonna get. Not that it's good, but that's the best you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Like Scoob. What's wrong with it? Is it too high? Is it just bad?
The
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
I
it.
gotta
Whatever.
hear it
It's just
again.
terrible.
I
Like
hear it in
Scoob.
real life.
You know what the best part of my day is?
I don't hate the like.
Like.
I'm stuck.
Yeah, that'll happen.
I don't.
Oh, but Mark Wahlberg, so he owns a junkyard,
Oh yeah.
and then somebody like, it's that classic. God damn, I love it when they do this shit in movies where somebody comes in, he's like, "Yeah, I found this piece of fucking junk. I need to get some money for it," and it's Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
But he's all covered in dust and stuff. He doesn't have his piece of the Allspark or whatever anymore to get him going. And then Mark Wahlberg's on top of it with like a blowtorch, like doing something, and he somehow reactivates it. And he looks up at the other people in the garage and he goes, "I think we just found a Transformer."
Like
That's all you needed.
Optimus.
Like Optimus.
Kind of like.
Sorry, let me take that again. Like Scoob.
No.
Like Bumblebee. Like
Have you ever seen that
Megatron.
movie Bumblebee?
No, I've heard that one's pretty solid though.
Not gonna watch it. Not gonna watch it and find out.
Why?
Is Shia
you don't
LaBeouf
like
in it?
No, Shia's not in it. It's a prequel. It takes place in like
Oh.
the 70s, I think. But it's got Haley Steinfeld in it or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, she's a great actress.
Yeah.
You ever see
I
Edge
didn't
of
even know
17?
she was in. No.
That's a good movie. Her and Woody Harrelson, great flick.
I've seen
Broker.
Angels and Demons.
Yeah, way to go. What, did you just rewatch that?
Yeah, yesterday night.
I don't remember if I watched that actually, because I do recall, as I'm sure you do, that I didn't really dig the Da Vinci Code movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Just
think
wasn't
I might
for me.
read those books.
What are you reading now, by the way?
Dune.
Have you started it? I was meant to ask you about this.
I have started it, but then I didn't take your advice, which I don't think I needed to.
You did.
Why? I'm
just saying.
It's not that I'm not into it.
I know, but it's.
I could only listen. I read like the first 30-ish, 25-ish pages. Whatever the first chapter was, I banged that out one
Yeah.
night. And I haven't had a chance to dip my toes back in the water. Maybe I probably won't tonight, but maybe tomorrow.
Well, I'm excited for your journey wherever it takes you. I mean, it's a phenomenal book. It's my favorite book, obviously. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm excited about
liked
reading it. I do kind of wish that I would have thought to read the actual Da Vinci Code book. Before. I might actually just.
I mean,
jump
yeah,
ship.
you could flip over if you're only 30
Chapter in,
pages in
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
might as well.
I like the start of the Doom book. Obviously, I've seen the movies. There's a lot of words that I can't pronounce in them.
Hell yeah. That's how you know it's a good book.
Yeah.
You can barely read it.
Yeah, they're just not
That's
even
what
like,
makes
they're
it
not
good.
like
That's
real
good
words.
literature. Yeah.
And
But it's got
anything
that
else.
glossary in the back.
Didn't know there was a glossary.
Oh, dude, you
But
gotta
I have
flip.
yet
You
to
gotta
read-
check out the
I
glossary.
have yet to read the words of Lisan al-Gaib yet.
That comes way down the line.
I know,
but you've
but-
seen Maudib
Dude.
because that pops up a couple times at the beginning. Maudib.
Yeah, what is Maudib?
Maudib. Well, that's his. I mean, you know, because of the movie, but that's his Fremen name. Maudib is the name for the desert mouse.
Yeah, there's.
But that's
yeah.
another title for him. It's
Yeah.
Maudib Lisan al-Gaib.
Yeah, but I've seen Maudib.
Yeah,
They're like he could be the Maudib because he met with the Bene Gesserit lady
that's right.
already, and he put his hand in the box.
Yeah.
and I remember that scene.
How good is that scene? Like adapted from the book.
Very good.
It's perfect. Like
yeah,
it's even the box that she pulls out in the movie. I'm like, that's what that box.
Yeah.
That's what that box looks like.
yeah. It's very good because like they kind of. And I think I don't know. Again, I like that part of the book because I like how like he can feel like he can feel their feelings, you know what I mean? Like you can sense that in the movie, I feel like. But like even when his mother is there with her and she's like, I can tell that my mom is like afraid of this woman kind of thing, you know what I mean? I still don't fuck with the Benny Jazz.
No one should. They're bad news. Wait until you get
And
into
I like
the,
when she because
the Bene Tliao,
I don't
because
remember
they're
if-
not in the movie, but they're.
I don't remember
fucked.
if he gives her the business in the movie too, but I like when she's like, "What do you know about the Bene Gesserits?" or something like that, and he's like, "You're in politics," and she's like, "Not published, but yeah, fuck yeah, we are.
Mm-hmm.
We run this shit."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God damn it. Intergalactic politics. There's nothing more interesting, I think, than intergalactic politics. If I had to list like the most interesting things ever, quantum physics, intergalactic politics, the NBA. Those are my top three.
All right, you heard it here first.
They're here
folks.
first. That's the way it goes.
Andrew's top three. Have you, while we're on movies, have you gotten through any of your Halloween movies?
Yes, brother. In fact, I have. I have not gotten through a couple of the hits. Like I'm holding on to Hocus Pocus because my wife hasn't seen Hocus Pocus 2 yet. I watched it twice last year.
I haven't seen it either.
It's pretty. I like it. Whatever, you know. Get off my back. But they have a cool. Let me pull it up. Actually, they have a cool Lego set that just came out. That's Hocus Pocus. God damn it!
Dude, you are
suck.
the worst of all time. The one finger at a time
This is how I do it.
is still taking you too long.
They have a Nightmare Before Christmas one that I really want to. But they have this Hocus Pocus Lego that's like 1 million pieces. Not 1 million, it's 3,000. Which for a master builder such as myself, it's like whatever. But we're going to do it and watch the movie together, which I think is cool.
You're gonna
And
do it while you watch a movie? That doesn't
Yeah.
seem. That seems too difficult.
No, it's fun. That's
you
how
ordered
you.
that?
That's how you do it.
The Sandy Sisters,
Yeah, look at that minifigs of the. Look at that. She's got her little vacuum and
the
stuff.
little cat.
Yep, Gregory Binks or whatever his name is. That kid. Remember
I
we did
fucking
that
hate
kid.
that kid, dude.
Yeah, we did him on the Who Would Win, and he definitely lost that one.
I do not like that kid.
But what the heck was I saying? Oh yeah, so I brought that home, and my wife was like, "We should do it. We should try and build that together and watch the movies." And I'm worried that it's gonna be like the same. It's either gonna go really well, or she's gonna be like, "You're an insane person. don't ever do this again while I'm around, because it could go as if we're trying like.
Why you got to sort your Legos? Like, do you?
No,
do
I
Legos
don't. I
very
don't sort
particular?
them, but it's especially with something like that. That's almost 3,000 pieces or however many pieces it is. Like, it's meticulous. It's a meticulous build, brother, as we say in
Where
the
does
Lego
it say
business.
how many pieces it is?
It does say it on that
2,000.
box.
I see it. Zoom on the box.
Zoom in and enhance on the box, please.
2,316.
Okay, that's not as bad as I thought, but that's still a solid
Batteries
amount.
included? That shit's got batteries?
Oh, something must light up. I bet you the chimney up here lights up or something like that.
Or does that wheel spin?
That'd be crazy. They couldn't do that.
I didn't know Legos had that. Or does the vacuum fly?
Yeah, I think the vacuum probably flies.
Salt.
Look, she's got this. I know they've got the book is there somewhere.
Book.
Iconic.
Book.
Bette Midler, absolute icon. Oh, but my point is I'm worried that it's going to be a little bit like when you try and make a HelloFresh meal together, and that can sometimes
I've never.
lead to tension. That can sometimes
I've only
lead to
ever
tension.
solo made HelloFresh meals.
I mean, our old kitchen was so small that we did try to make a couple together, and a few minutes into it, I was like, "You gotta leave
Too
me
many
alone.
cooks in the
You
kitchen.
gotta leave me alone because I just need to
My
let me
old
prep.
roommates had
Let
a
me
dog
prep.
named Georgia, and we'd all be in the kitchen cooking shit, and Georgia would be in there just fucking in everybody's way. And we would tell her, too many cooks in the kitchen. And she would leave the kitchen and
That's
just go
funny.
like sit outside the kitchen. Sad.
That's funny though.
Yeah.
That's a cool command.
Mm-hmm.
I watched I've watched both the old Addams Family movies. So good. The guy who plays Gomez.
Who the fuck's Gomez? The uncle?
No, that's
The dad.
Fester. Gomez is the dad.
Yeah.
The actor's name is Raul Julia,
Yeah, Raul, I'm familiar.
and he died way too young
R.I.P. to Raul.
because he's so good in those movies. He makes those movies because the Addams Family is like, it's a pretty goofy concept. I feel like it easily could have been a bad movie.
It's mysterious and spooky. It's altogether
creepy.
ooky.
Yeah, it's creepy and kooky and all that stuff. But he commits so hard. Like those movies hold up if you ask me. They're legitimately good. The dude from Numbers is in the second one.
Dude, I remember what it was that I wanted to talk about. It's been all over the internet. And I hope you appreciate it.
Okay.
Ariana Grande's Saturday Night Live episode.
Yeah.
Was it good?
I was working while I had it on, so I don't know for sure. I don't know if I am the best judge of it. Let's see. Let me look up the sketches because
the one sketch that's all over the internet is fucking. I don't know if it's actually funny, but it's so catchy.
oh boy, what is it?
The bridesmaids ones.
Oh yeah, that one was.
What's the
pretty
guy's
funny.
name?
I don't remember. Oh, that's something. So Domingo.
Domingo. Yeah.
Yeah, Domingo was solid. Oh, Michael Keaton's hosting this week.
With a hot guy, but he looks gay. Heard his name's Domingo. Second location, maybe he's bi, still dancing with Domingo. Third location, definitely straight. Touch it, or something touching Domingo. Hysterical.
Oh man, you know what I did like? They did this one where she was that woman who's Stifler's mom
I didn't see that one.
from White Lotus. What the heck is her
But
name?
the Domingo
Jennifer-
sketch,
Coolidge.
hysterical.
Yeah, Domingo was good.
I'm here.
Stevie Nicks musical guys. Yeah, that was funny. Classic Domingo.
Yeah.
The Family Feud opening
To
was
explain straight
pretty funny.
Straight from Domingo.
The only thing
Chelsea's
that,
a friend. She's like my sis, but we did hook up though. That shit's funny.
Yeah, see,
That shit's funny.
they still got it, man.
Hey, listen, they still got their fastball
All right,
when they need it.
yeah, they can still.
Yeah,
hit
that whole
you know?
song is just funny. It cracks me up. He's like, wait a minute, is this entire song just to tell me that she cheated on me the entire time you guys were on vacation? No, you're not listening to the words. No, that's exactly what I'm doing.
I like that guy Andrew Dismukes.
I
He
like
does
that they
very
like.
well.
I don't know if the rest of them are also doing this on purpose, but I like that Ariana Grande sings it so off key.
I
Like
didn't
that's
notice.
what makes it funny. Like because
Yeah.
she sings it really bad, but that's why another reason
It's a
funny.
classic. It can't be good. It's a classic wedding song. Man, if somebody did some shit like that at my wedding, I probably would have walked out. Like a parody song, like a specialized parody song about the bride and
Yeah.
groom or something
Hands
like
us
that.
her ring, then we couldn't find her. You took off your ring? Well, I didn't want to lose it in the hot tub. What hot tub? Back at the house in the hot tub. She is vibing with Domingo. Asks us to leave, get a hotel, something like that. Wait a minute. They left? You made him get a hotel? The next morning, or back at the Marriott,
Yeah.
Googling Domingo, making sure he's not psycho. Turns out he's a doctor and also a model and helps weird sick animals. That shit's funny.
You want to do any more of it?
No,
Are
I'm
you
done.
sure?
But
Please do.
dude,
Please go ahead.
I kept like seeing like different clips of it and watching it like out of order, and then finally I had to look up the full like 4-minute sketch,
Yeah.
and I was like, this shit's
It lived up to the hype for you?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm glad. See, they still know what they're doing. They still got some stuff, you know? Shifts and changes.
It's probably not funny, but it's catchy.
I don't know. I
People
thought it was
singing
pretty
shit.
funny.
I'm in every time.
The only thing that gets me a little about what they've started doing with Saturday Night Live, and I'm not the first one to say this by any means, but like, and look, these people are so good, but like Maya Rudolph coming in to play Kamala, Andy Samberg's playing Waltz or whatever her VP is, and or maybe Jim Gaffigan is. I don't know. Andy Samberg's coming around to play something, and Jim Gaffigan's coming around to play somebody, and Joe Biden's Dana Carvey now, like you know. That's such a if you can get like a big political impression as a cast member, then you know you're guaranteed to be on the show like at least once a week. And they're kind of taking that away from these people. But at the
Maybe
same
they
time,
don't have a good person to do it on the show.
exactly. You got to take that into consideration too.
Like
So
who
I'm telling
does
myself,
Donnie on the show?
This guy. What the fuck?
Should be
his
Shane.
name?
They should bring Shane Gillis back.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, if only this guy. Fuck. What is his name? He's got a very good Donald Trump impression. But his hook for it, you know, is not as funny as like what Shane Gillis does. But his thing is like, you know, just he's always making lists about things and stuff like that. It's whatever. What the fuck is that guy's name? I'm not gonna remember it.
Bobby Lee.
Austin Johnson.
Oh, Austin Johnson.
Yeah, something Austin Johnson.
I'm not familiar.
Folks, spooky season is still in full swing. It's not too late to get those Halloween Oreos, okay? I've been craving them. I've been dying for them, all right? And you don't need to go to the store scouring the moms to try and get your hands on some. You can use Instacart. You can get Halloween Oreos or some of your favorite products from some of your favorite other local stores, but we know you're getting the Halloween Oreos delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour when you use Instacart. But the best part is right now, 2 In the Cooler listeners get free delivery on the first order of $10 or more. I mean, that's how much do Halloween Oreos cost? A pack of them. I'm gonna say $3, $3.99 maybe. So obviously you're gonna get more than one pack at a time because you need to store them up for the season to come. So you get 3 on your first order. Bing, bang, boom. You're set for just about the rest of the spooky season, folks, okay? All you have to do to get that free delivery is hit the link in this episode description. Start making your life a little easier on yourself and use Instacart today. Folks, you want to do something nice for yourself, okay? Something that you're going to like, something that you're going to enjoy. Why don't you check out all the great merch that we've got over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Hoodies, mugs, t-shirts, bucket hats, notebooks, fanny packs, slides, baseball hats, pint glasses, mugs, zip-up hoodies? Maybe. I don't know. I don't really like those, so I'm not sure if we sell any of them because I don't know. I don't even like seeing them. I feel bad peddling something that I can't stand by. The rest of this stuff, though, I 100% do. This is not that cheap shit you're getting from other folks, okay? The t-shirts especially, tri-blend material. You already know what the deal is. So hit the link in this episode description. Check that out. Get yourself something that's going to make you look good, make you feel good. Snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. And if you're interested in advertising on this show, you can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners, not just in the Buffalo area, but also beyond. Large companies are getting, podcasting, everybody, that's the thing. Podcasting, everybody knows what it is now. It's happening so quickly, and with that has come the advertising dollars, folks, okay? McDonald's is advertising on podcasts. State Farm is advertising on podcasts. It's become a legitimate form of media for companies to sell their products on, and it's become very effective in that. Forbes has done several articles on it, and you can find a lot of evidence out there, which is great. It's cool to see legacy companies like McDonald's, places with huge advertising budgets move into the podcast ad space. But the problem is that not enough small businesses or even local businesses have been able to get in on the action because there maybe has been no space, or maybe they're just not aware of how effective this podcast advertising can actually be, the way that these large companies are now fully aware of. So again, if you're interested in learning more about all the benefits of podcast advertising, hit us up, reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com. Well, what else is in the news, Matthew? What else is happening? Oh, can I ask you about something that's going on in the world of sports?
Yes.
What's the deal with this this Rangers goalie who turned down this massive contract?
Igor Shesterkin.
Yeah. Say it again, but slower, please.
Igor Shesterkin.
Nice.
Yeah, he's really good.
But he turned down this contract. Was it from the Rangers? That's who he's on, right?
Yeah, I heard about this. I didn't really look too much into it.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing a quick numbers check right now.
I know he was supposed to get $11 million a year for 8 years was the contract. But I don't know why. And he would have been the highest paid goalie of all time.
8-year, $88 million, highest paid goalie of all time. So here's the thing. I guess why. Here's my thinking of it. Like the post-COVID, like there was it kind of stunted the NHL's growth a little bit, but in the next 1 to 5 years, the NHL salary cap is supposed to go up a lot. So a lot of really high-end players aren't inking huge contracts because they think market value will go up. It probably is part insight to the Rangers goalie, Jeremy Swayman. He had a big contract holdout, and everybody thought he was nuts. There was a lot of rumors going around. Why isn't he signed? The Bruins handled it odd. They traded away their 1B goalie before they re-signed Jeremy Swayman, which was odd because then you have no real leverage as to what you're going to give him. So it was a big thing. There was a lot of rumors going around. He finally signed for I think 8.5 or 8.25 for 8 years. But the rumor was that 8 times 8 was on the table, and people were like, why aren't you taking 8 times 8? And Jeremy Swayman was kind of like, I don't want to ruin the goalie market. I'm supposed to be one of the best young goalies in the league. If I take $8 million, then it's going to potentially bring the value of other goalies down. If I'm sure there's more logic-based theories out there, but I would say that it's probably because of the contract change. In his mind, he doesn't need to sign right now. He's still got another year before he's got to renegotiate his contract. So why take that on, not knowing what the salary cap is going to be? It's kind of betting on yourself, right? Because obviously then you got to play this whole season. If you're not good this season, then the money's not going to be there like it would have been. But he will be. He's probably he's a top 3 goalie in the NHL, I would say. Jeremy Swayman's probably a top 5 goalie in the NHL. I don't know.
That makes sense. I mean, that's cool.
No,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Especially if you're. 8 years is a long time.
Yeah, to be locked in at the same number, it might seem like a lot of money now, but by the time that 8 years is up, it might seem like an underpayment. I don't know. I think that's a lot of money. I think $11 million is a lot of money to pay a goalie. Like, even if the cap goes up to whatever, like, that's still going to be probably over 10% of your salary cap or whatever, or whatever the percentage is. Like, I don't know.
Where
I think
would
it's hard to pay goalies that much. But if you find a good one, I guess you make it
yeah,
happen.
because where are goalies kind of in that line? Because there's that part in The Blind Side where Sandra Bullock is like, "In a housewife, no. First you pay the mortgage, which is your quarterback, and then you pay the insurance."
Yeah, the left tackle.
Yeah. So, what's that order as far as like hockey goes? Are we talking like?
It's tough. Like, there's not. There's a lot of good goalies. In the NHL, but it's tough to pay a goalie that much money because, one, goalies can be inconsistent. Like, even the best goalies in the league can be inconsistent year over year. And two, like, there's a lot of external factors that can make a goalie good. Like, if you know what I mean? Like, if you have a really good team in front of an average goalie, like, so in football, like, you don't see it happens, but you don't see average quarterbacks win the Super Bowl a lot, especially nowadays. In hockey, you can win a Stanley Cup with an average goalie with a really good team. Now, if you have a really good team and a really good goalie, you're going to be really good, but that's hard to do because you got to pay goalies so much. Like, the Florida Panthers won the Stanley Cup last year. Their goalie makes $10 million a year, which I think he's probably the highest. I think he's the highest paid goalie in the league right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd have to look up. I'm trying to look up a list of like the highest paid goalies in the NHL, like right now.
That's interesting. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. So you got Sergei Bobrovsky, who's the Panthers at $10 million. Andrei Vasilevsky, who's the Lightning at 9.5. He's been the number one goalie in the NHL like for a while. I think he's getting a little bit. He still is up there, but he's getting a little bit older. Connor Hellebuyck, who's also up there at 8.5. Ilya Sorokin, who's also up there and young at 8.25. And this also doesn't have what Jeremy Swayman on it. Like I was saying, this is a little outdated. So I don't know. I mean, it all depends. Like it all depends on what you are going to put value in, like as to how you're building around the team. Notoriously, goalies, and that's the other thing about Shesterkin. Like, notoriously, goalies don't really play a ton in the NHL on their first pro contract or make a lot of money on their first pro contract because goalies take longer to develop. That Ilya Sorokin and Igor Shesterkin, like those are two guys who were really good the second they came into the league. So you expect big paydays out of them. It's tough. And also, like, goalies tend to have a longer shelf life than players, too. Like, they can play till they can be effective until they're a little bit older. One, because they don't bloom till later, but two, I mean, obviously it's a hard position on your body, but you can, if you're taking care of yourself and staying flexible and stuff like that, at least you're not getting, hit as much. And I don't know. I don't know what their stake would be because usually you're going to pay, you're going to want to pay probably your top 3 forwards and your top 2 defensemen, and then you're going to hope that you have a young second 3 forwards and maybe some young defensemen or a young 2 forwards that you can not pay a ton of money, and maybe a guy that you can get on a low contract that has high upside, and then you're probably going to want to pay your goalie. So like if your top players making $10 million a year or $11 million a year, which not even every team has, but I don't know that I would look to pay a goalie $11 million a year.
Yeah, I mean, you put it in those terms that even I can kind of understand a little bit. That does seem like a lot. Like you better be pretty goddamn good.
Yeah,
because that's a huge investment, especially for hockey.
And maybe that's why. And again, I don't think this is why, but maybe that's why I didn't want to, because well, and then you have all this expectation, but you're also taking away what you can pay other players.
Yeah.
And if you do that, then the chances of your team being as good in front of you is less likely, and then it's going to be more difficult for you to live up to an $11 million a year contract.
Right.
I don't think that that's how he's thinking, because he's a professional athlete and they probably don't take that route of thinking. Maybe he does think he needs more money, but I don't know. That seems like a lot. Like, he'd be, again, the highest paid goaltender ever. So, I don't know.
I mean, that would be pretty cool, just to have that little title, you know?
Well, just to make $11 million a year.
Well,
yeah,
that'd be crazy.
sick.
I can't even imagine what that would
I know.
look
I was thinking about it the other day. Like, some of the NFL players, that are making $7 or $8 million a year. Let alone the guys that are making the quarterbacks, and then the baseball players and shit that are making like $40-50 million a year. Like,
I mean,
it's fucking crazy.
It makes sense to me that a lot of these guys will lose all that money over time, because if you're a little less financially literate than you should be, that seems like completely bottomless. Like, for a while, you can live like that. You can live bottomless.
I don't think that really happens anymore.
Getting bottomless
with
fries
those
everywhere you
guys.
go.
Like, I don't think guys like that are falling into that situation. Like, I think it's the guys who like fall somewhere in between like the $40 to $80 million career earnings.
That makes sense.
Like running back, maybe a running back signs like one big ticket for like, I don't know, 15, or at the time, like, I don't know, maybe like $10 million a year, whatever it is, and his career earnings end up being like $60 million, but he was spending the shit out of it when he was playing.
Yeah.
I could see that, but dude,
I think there's a social
one, I think
aspect
they're a lot
too.
better about teaching
for sure.
athletes about that now, and two, like, if you're making $40 million a year and you play, I just don't even understand how you could go through that, even if you were very financially irresponsible, unless like you do like Riley from National Treasure and you hire like a finance guy who sends your money to a bank account in the Caymans, because that's what rich people do, and he actually just steals all your money like that. Like, that's, and again, like, there is a component of that. Like, I don't know what the fees are, but like, let's say you're Josh Allen and you're making whatever it is, $45 million a year, that's getting taxed, one, because you live in New York. So, let's say you're bringing that down to 30, right? And then you have your agent fees. So, I mean, it's not like he's pocketing 45. It's not like he wakes up on January 1st and there's just $45 million sitting there
like
for
fucking
him.
Macaulay Culkin
But
at Home Alone.
It does happen to an extent, like whatever it is, like July 1 or whatever, when like all that stuff re-ups. Like, if you have signing bonuses, like, you'll just get, if you got a $10 million signing bonus, like, you wake up on July 1st and you have $10 million just wired to your bank account, just sitting there.
Some Richie Rich style shit right there.
And you do still have to pay taxes on that, but
man, what do you think you would do with that kind of money? It'd be a lot more dangerous for me to have that kind of money, because I collect shit, like comics and stuff. But you don't really collect too much, do you?
No. Here's what I would do if I had like that kind of money. One, I would have a lot more. I mean, I have a lot of clothes to begin with, but like, I would just have, like, I would just be buying shit all the time, clothes wise.
Nice.
And two, I would hire people to do like everything for me that I have no desire to do.
Oh,
which
just
that
in general.
is part of it.
Yeah.
But like, I'd have a chef for sure. I'd have like a gardener. I'd still like cut my own lawn and like plant my own flowers, but I wouldn't be watering or weeding or anything like that.
Sure.
Chef for sure. Like grocery shopper even. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, you can do that with Instacart. And the best part is, right now, too, in the quarter listeners get free delivery on the first order of $10 or more. Link in the episode description.
Like, I would have somebody do that. I would have somebody like plan all my shit, like all my vacations, all my scheduling.
That's a huge one.
Like, I would take it a step further. I'd pretty much hire a personal assistant that was responsible for hiring like all people to get all my other shit done.
Yeah.
Like, so that I could, like, and then I would just live my life like a normal person, but I wouldn't have to do any of the shit that, like, inconvenient. Like, I would still, like, if I won the lottery tonight and I woke up and had like $30 million or whatever the lottery is, right?
Mm.
That's the first thing I would do. And then again, that's not an endless supply of money, but I would probably take half of it and, like, you know, invest it and whatnot. But yeah, I would just hire people to do the shit that I don't feel like doing. And it would start by hiring somebody to be the one that is responsible for hiring and organizing. And, like, I wouldn't even know what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, I would just come home and my mail would be opened and they'd go through my
Okay, that's
shit.
that's a federal offense.
No, I'd fucking sign it off. Here, this person takes care of my mail.
Yeah.
And then there'd be groceries, and then
You have your own
I'd get a
little
text
post
at, like,
office.
2 o'clock, like, what do you want for dinner tonight? I'd be like, I think I want, you know what I mean? And I would just dial it up. And it would be like the same shit I'm still eating now. Like, I want chicken, rice, and, like, veggies.
Yeah.
But I would like it, like, to be ready. And then also I don't have to do the dishes.
Don't you
Laundry.
have a dishwasher?
Yeah, but when you're cooking, you don't put pots and pans and shit.
Some people do.
And I hate that.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, laundry. Like, everything outside of the things that I like doing, I would just have somebody else to do and probably do it better than and, like, more frequently than I do it.
Yeah.
You know? That's what I would do. That would be like how I live a luxurious lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to keep doing the same shit I'm always doing. Like, you guys would know if that happened, because I'd hire a clone of me to just come record podcasts on days where, like,
You wouldn't want to do this for the real thing? This is the one thing I would do. I'd send my clone to do the other stuff, and I would just be here for real. This is the only time.
Yeah, that's how, like, if I have, like, a endless supply of wealth, that's what I would do. I wouldn't even, like, I like everything I have right now.
Yeah.
Life-wise, I just don't want to do the inconvenient shit. Like, living in the city of Tonawanda, you have to go to City Hall and buy, for 75 cents a piece, like, these stickers that you put on grass bags. Like, you can bag your grass whenever you want, but you got to put a sticker on it. And, like, it's 75. I literally think it's 75 cents. Like, it's not a large financial ask, but, like, the government buildings are open from, like, 9 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. like on one Thursday a month, and it's just like, I'm just not gonna do that. So instead, I just put my bags of grass underneath actual bags of garbage inside my garbage can and just hope that they get through security.
Ingenious.
Yeah. And, like, I would give them the 75 cents. Like, I wish I could just tape 3/4 to every grass bag. You know what I mean?
No, I definitely hear that. It's just the little
fuck it.
stuff.
I'd tape $1. I'd pay the extra 25 cents just to not have to go do it. That's again, if I had that kind of money, that's how I would live. Like,
yeah, it's just small, meticulous
professional
things.
athletes. And here's the other thing too. Like, if I had that kind of money, and I know people probably say this, but I don't think they do it the right way. Like, I would be in sick shape. Sick shape.
You know what I would do? I don't know what it is. I wish I could pull it up. But Tom Cruise has this machine, and all he does every day is exercise in it for 15 minutes. But it's like a crazy fucking thing.
See, like,
that's what I'd do. I'd buy that.
I don't even,
because you still feel feel good, like
I don't
the way
believe
you do when
any
you
of
work
that
out.
shit,
No,
Tom.
it's not like this is a Tom Cruise machine. This isn't like the fucking P90X.
No, I know, but
this is not a shake weight. This is a shake weight duct tape to a P90X. Imagine that.
No. See,
Okay,
but
let me
this is
paint a
my thing.
picture
Like,
for you.
but again, dude, I don't believe any of that thing. It's like the same. It's, dude, all the time. The movie stars will be like, they'll be like, how'd you get so jacked for this role? They'll be like, I worked out. I did 100 push-ups a day, and I ate no carbs for a month, and this is what I look like. It's not fucking true, Andy. They're taking steroids.
Yeah, I know, but this is different. Those
no,
are
it's not.
You interrupted me, and now I'm gonna finish my thought.
I guarantee you,
Matthew.
What's Tom Cruise looking like these days?
I think he looks pretty regular. I don't think
See,
he's
but
not,
that's what I'm
these are
saying.
for the superhero movies. Like, remember that picture of Kumail Nanjiani where it was like, "Whoa, that guy's ripped."
I don't know who the fuck Kumail Nanjiani
It doesn't matter. But even like Thor and stuff, I'm sure their workout routines are like and stuff are
I've
pretty
seen
intense.
the Thor workout routine. It's a great workout routine.
But yes, obviously those people are taking steroids.
But here's
for
my
superhero
thing.
movies. But Tom Cruise doesn't need to do that.
Like,
I'm not
again,
saying he's not taking steroids, but I'm saying that this machine that he has, I'm buying into.
If
it.
I had the money to
takes your
hire people
thetans
to do
out.
all my other shit,
Mhm.
chef included, so there's multiple layers to this shit, Andy. One, I'd have a much nicer home gym. Two, I would have a trainer that came over every day.
Mm.
And, like, that's the thing. Like, people are like, oh, I have a trainer at the gym, whatever. But then you still got to go to the gym and see that trainer. And you're not going to do that every day. It's just not how it happens.
Yeah.
You're going to fall off the wagon. I'm not blaming people because that's my life right now. And, like, here's the thing. I wake up, I work out every day. But I don't think I'm pushing myself necessarily. I mean, I do sometimes. But, like, I probably should, I got another level in there somewhere. And then you have a trainer that you pay to come every day and make you do that shit. And then you also have your chef to have healthy shit ready for you afterwards. And the biggest point of it is like, and again, this is probably what people say all the time, but if I had somebody that I was paying to do all my other shit, I would have easily an extra hour a day of free time that I could then use to do my more like intensive workouts. Like, well, because that's what athletes do. Like, that's what they do. They're paid to just get in shape at that point.
Yeah, I'd buy a copy of Amazing Fantasy 15 graded. And you know me, I don't mind if it's got a low grade. So,
what's a low grade copy run?
Actually, it's gone down a little bit, so you can get a 1.5 for less than 20 grand.
1.5?
Yeah, we're talking like
for 20 grand?
Matthew's the first ever appearance of Spider-Man. We're talking like
a 1.5.
1.5. You can get it on the low end for like.
Was that got cigarette holes in it?
No, it's just a little. It's just well loved. Just well loved, brother.
1.5.
It's a piece of history, Matthew. I would spend
Dude,
the 20 grand to get a 2.
Yeah, but if a 1 point if you're buying a 1.5
it's a piece
graded
of
comic book,
history. How much would you pay for Hitler's mustache?
You're not understanding what I'm focusing on here is if a grading scale is 1 to 10.
Yep.
10 being the worst, or 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. A 1.5 should be like it got used as a piece of toilet paper at one point in time.
I hear you. Yeah, but no, if they're in like terrible shape like that, then they'll still slab them, but they won't even get a grade because it's like so poor.
So 1 isn't the worst, and 10 is.
No, you can get
still
it.
The best.
You can get it slabbed, but it'll have in the corner where it's got the number. It'll have NG on it for not graded, and they'll do that sometimes if like a full cover is missing, or sometimes people will even get just a single page of a very old, like Superman #1 or something. They'll get that graded, or they'll send it to CGC, and it'll have NG not graded in the corner, but it'll still be slabbed up. You can still get a fuck ton of money for that, especially if it's a good. Pardon me. If it's a good page, like if you get like the page from Amazing Fantasy 15 where Peter finds his Uncle Ben dead, or even the last page of that comic is fucking iconic, right? He's got the shadow of Spider-Man on the wall, and that's where the thing says, with great power comes great responsibility. You get that page slabbed up, not graded. I haven't seen one of those for sale in quite a while, so I don't know exactly what the price would be, but a couple thousand easily.
You kept saying, like I knew. I don't know, Andy.
Everybody knows.
I don't even know.
Everybody
I didn't even know
knows.
what the book was.
People know. Amazing Fantasy 15, first appearance of Spider-Man. Come on, brother. It's got him swinging.
Swing these nuts in your mouth. You want to do a Who of the Week?
Yeah, I'll do it after I kill myself. Now, the Who of the Week this week. Hold on. Okay, got it. The Who of the Week this week is Forky from Toy Story 4 versus Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, that's my least favorite bit that you do. That I can't remember the Who of the Week.
It's not a bit, Matthew.
It is though.
I can't remember.
It's the Lumieres versus a fork.
I'm sundowning.
The Lumineers versus the Fork.
The Lumineers
That's how I
versus a
remembered
fork.
it. Yeah.
It's a Lumineers versus a fork.
It's like the episode of The Office where Michael Scott's like talking about how he remembers names and it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Forky versus Lumiere.
So I know what people are going to say right off the bat.
Right.
One, Forky's a plastic spork,
Yeah.
and two, Lumiere is made of brass, we'll call it.
Yeah, probably.
Also, Lumiere can just light his fires.
I believe so, yes.
But here's what I don't think people are considering. Lumiere is a high-class, fancy candle. It's
Truly.
a French candle, you know? He doesn't want to get dirty like himself. You know what I mean? Because he's butler. He doesn't want to get actually dirty. He just wants you to be his guest. In the situation that he were to try to melt Forky and Forky were to let some of himself drip off. So there's two things. One, I think Forky could strategically let himself drip off to like extinguish the fire. And two, I think, what's his name? The Lumineers?
Lumiere.
Lumiere would not want to get plastic on his being.
Mm.
You know? Like, he doesn't have wax dripping off his shit. He keeps his shit clean.
He does. That's true. That's an excellent point,
So
actually.
I think that even if he tried to light up, well, so and we've had this conversation before. Like, let's say he does. I think Forky's wax or plastic would melt over and cover like his hands,
Mm.
and I think that puts him at a pretty big disadvantage. Now the question is, from that point on, how does Forky go on the offense?
Right.
And I don't think he does. Like, how? He's a fucking spork, dude.
Yeah, but you know what?
Or is
Matthew?
he even a spork? He is a fork, right?
He is technically the majority of his body is made up of a spork. But Matthew, anybody who's watched Toy Story 4 can tell you, Forky is so much more than that. He's I'd like to think there's a little bit of Forky in all of us, you know.
I like Forky. I'm not chirping Forky, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, okay, he actually gets advantage points for being a spork because he's the Swiss Army knife of disposable cutlery. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Does he have the little serrated side too, or no?
No,
you know how some
no.
sporks have that?
Like a little bit of a knife in there.
Yeah.
No, he's straight up
Because
regular
that
spork.
would
KFC style
that would give him
lunchroom.
Yeah, no, I don't see how he wins this fight. Because he's
With gumption?
no, I think Sporky's probably grittier than the Lumineers, but
Well, if we're talking about getting dirty, Forky is literal trash.
yeah,
So he's got that going for him.
well, he's got
But he's
pipe. What are those
pipe
pipe
cleaners.
cleaner arms? Can he use those somehow to strangle
You know, the more we talk about this, because also his feet are popsicle sticks. He is so flammable. He's like the most
Yeah.
flammable guy around.
Yeah,
But there's something about him that
and
just
Lumiere
makes me feel like
literally
he's
can
never going
start
to give
fire by going like this.
up. True. And he's clearly smarter than Forky. I mean, Forky, you know, he's got a lot of heart, so that kind of helps him out in tougher situations.
He's not
you know.
intelligent by any
But
means.
he's not very smart. No, he's not. Damn, this is a bit of a situation where I just really like this
You
guy.
wanted to take Forky.
I did want to take. I was so confident that Forky was going to win this
Well,
fight.
the game
somehow.
has integrity.
The game does have integrity. I mean, if we're putting all the data into the wonderful Who Would Win of the Week computer,
Yep.
I think we might
we
be
are.
getting
It's
the Scantron coming out. Yeah,
Lumiere.
I think the
What's his name?
Yeah, Lumiere. I think
Lumiere. I'm taking Lumiere.
I think the Scantron coming out says Lumiere on
Yeah.
it.
Bubble Lumiere button. Bubble Lumiere bubble.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen all right. Are you taking Lumiere?
I have to. I hate to do it, but if I'm putting my hard earned money on it,
Yes.
exactly. He
Be our
you know,
guest.
Lumiere.
Put our service to the test.
Wow, you know more words to that than I thought you did.
That's all I got.
But that's still.
Yeah.
I thought you were just gonna have to be our guest. But Lumiere puts together that entire performance.
Yeah.
And he manages it very well. That thing goes off, I believe, without a hitch.
Yeah.
He's got everything working for him. Can you imagine
Is he
Forky
banging
in
the
charge
clock?
of? No. They're
Okay,
just
good.
good friends, dude.
All right. Well, I'm taking Lumiere. You're
If anything,
taking
they're
Lumiere.
probably all banging Mrs.
Vote
Potts.
on that
She's the only female in
on
the house.
Friday
They campaign the
on
the
Instagram.
footrest 'cause it's a
Who
dog
would
that's
win
kinda fucked
of
up.
the week? Lumiere versus Forky from Toy Story. All right.
The dresser's a woman too. Somebody might be having sex with her, but she's big. She's a lot bigger than the rest of them.
I like the little teacup.
Yeah, Chip.
Chip.
Chip's a legend.
I got a Chip.
Oh, you got it, the Chip cup.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Oh
thought
no,
you
it's
meant,
Chip.
yeah,
Like it's him.
yeah. I love those. I wanted when I was a kid. I was like, my cabinets are gonna be full of that.
Of just chip
Just
cups.
all chips. Yeah, because it's you gotta have a little. When I was
That's
a kid,
the only
Matthew,
mug in your house.
I wanted so badly to live in the house from There's a Wocket in My Pocket. Do you remember that Dr. Seuss book?
No.
You don't remember There's a Wocket in My Pocket? Let me pull up the cover. Give me 60 minutes.
Is that a locket in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
See, it comes right up. All you gotta do is click Wocket. Hold on, it's loading. Don't worry. But this fuck, maybe it's not loading. Oh no, it is. So there's a Wocket in My Pocket. You don't remember this cover at all?
I remember the cover.
Yeah. So the
Read me some
whole
lines.
let's see.
There's a basket in my flasket. There's a flasket in my basket.
There's a wasket in my basket, right? So basically, this kid lives in this house where like there's all kinds of shit in there.
Wait, scroll up. Did you ever have a feel? Scroll down. I'm reading.
Well, you told me to scroll up, so I
Did you ever have the feeling there's a wasket in your basket?
And
Keep
see,
scrolling.
there's this basket and there's a little
basket
wasket.
in it.
Let's see, or
a neuro in your bureau.
a neuro in your bureau.
Keep going.
So he's got the little guy in
Got
his
a
dresser.
neuro in his bureau.
That page is blank.
Sometimes I feel like
Quite certain.
quite certain there's a jerkin in the curtain.
I feel like you can't say jertin
No.
anymore. I don't know what that means, but okay. Well, so there you go. That's all we've got so far.
You wanted to live in the house with a
Yes,
bunch
'cause
of
there's-
things in your
See,
things?
look, he's got a nook case on his bookcase. There's a Wocket in his pocket. Like, just a house where there's, like, all kinds of crazy, shit going on. Like, in this book, he opens a cabinets, and there's, like, a flabnet in his cabinet, right? I wanted my cabinets to be stocked full of flabnets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted my house to be interesting in that way.
See,
And in some
This
I
is
like to add my little touches.
what I thought you were going before you went walking in my pocket, and I would support this. Like, I know that I will never do this because I would make fun of myself for doing it, but I wish I could live in a house where, like, each room was like Disney resort, like, you know what I mean? How, like, Disney resorts are themed.
Yeah.
So each room was a different Disney resort. But, like, more so, like, dude, like, remember, I can't remember his name. We had him on. He had the whole Haunted Mansion.
Yeah,
Like,
Corey.
yeah.
Shout out to the Haunted Forest, by the way.
Yeah,
Still,
tis the season.
tis the season, and they're doing very well over there.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of cool new stuff,
Yeah.
so make sure to check them out.
Dude, like, that is sick.
Yeah.
You have a Haunted Mansion room in your house. Like, at Spirit Halloween, shout out Spirit Halloween, which that's going to be my closing remark, actually. They have a ton of, like, Haunted Mansion type shit.
I bought a bunch of it.
Did you?
I have the busts. They've got a couple different busts from, like, the library part of the Haunted Mansion
all I was
stuff.
allowed
They're
to-
sitting in my mantle
All I was
right
allowed
now.
to get was the doormat. It says, ghost, what's the line? They follow you home?
Yeah.
A hitchhiking ghoul
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, and somebody in my house tried to put it outside the back door, and I at least got it inside the back door.
That's tough, dude.
Yeah.
I will say, my wife has been very, I don't know
Allowing?
about patient, but
Yeah.
yeah, kind of allowing me to go full on with my Halloween. Like, I want, because
See,
I
love,
want to be
but
immersed.
and that's the thing. Like,
I wanna
my
be
house
immersed
has
in
the
Milwaukee.
house has the aesthetic of like a Pinterest page, which I
Yeah.
fucking love that shit. Like, it's very like, I like that, and I know that the second I were to change it, it would actually drive me nuts. But in the fantasy of my mind,
Right.
I would like to live in
See, I like that. I want a little bit of that creepy and kooky, dude. Like
I do, dude. See, that's.
and I have some of that. Like, you know,
I got witches
just
hats
stuff
and fucking bat cages, and I got ghosts on my pillows,
Yeah, cool.
and I got a little haunted house thing. Like, dude, that's one thing I have been thinking of is going Halloween Village or like every holiday village.
I've been thinking about that too.
Like
With the
where my village
Hocus Pocus
goes,
thing.
do like a
Fit right
all
in there.
how like a every couple months
Yeah.
do a new village, a quarterly village.
They make a lot of sick Halloween
I don't really
village
want.
stuff.
I don't know what a summer village would be, but yeah, Halloween
Just like a
village,
beach
then right
town.
into a Christmas
Could
village.
They have a bit of a jaw, not make a full Jaws themed, obviously, but you could have like little stuff like that in there to make it kind of more
Summer
interesting.
village,
You know,
yeah,
paint the
yeah.
picture, tell the story of this village.
Yeah, I don't want a summer village, but I want a Halloween village and I want a Christmas. Maybe I just want 2 villages.
Yeah, at least 2 villages. Start off. You know, it's all about world building, man. Okay,
Yeah.
just expand your map a little bit. You'll get there.
That's all I got for today, folks.
Yeah, let's tie it up. Let's tie this one in a ribbon.
Andy, I love you.
I love you too. Let's get out of here. Thanks, folks.